because in my day and era and time, there were very few female girls out there playing basketball. Matter of fact, we had to get in on the boys' games.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
remember I still have my first basketball when I got
Oh
it
wow.
at age
Oh wow.
13. Yeah.
Really? All right.
Yeah. Going to St. John's School, they had a
Okay.
candy drive. And back in the
Mm.
day, you play with whoever's ball was there in the court.
That's
But
right.
with girls, if we didn't have our ball, we couldn't play. So the
Oh
candy
wow.
drive, those chocolates, if you sold 12, you got this. If you sold 24, you got this. If you sold 32, you got a basketball. If you
Mm-hmm.
sold 48, I stopped at 32 because I wanted that basketball.
Okay.
And at the end of the candy sales, and they called it over the loudspeaker, and we had to come down and get our prize. And I got that basketball. I was like,
I
yay!
hear you. I
And
hear you.
I used to go out there to courts, yeah, with my own basketball and play. And a couple of the guys, they got mad because after the game, I would take my ball and bring it upstairs,
And
yeah,
go home. That's
and
right.
go
Joyce
home.
wasn't playing around. I know.
And I'm not going to mention his name, but you know him. And he taunted me. And
Uh-oh.
him and two other guys were walking behind me, and it was like, yeah, why don't you go on home upstairs and bake some cookies or watch the soap operas?
I know.
Because I was out there playing ball and I was doing a good job. But I thank y'all because
Mm-hmm.
you and guys in your era and
Mm-hmm.
then y'all were my
Mm-hmm.
role models in playing because I watched y'all in the courts and I used to try to
Right.
jump and I couldn't dunk it, but I watched
Mm-hmm.
y'all play and y'all were
Right.
amazing.
Right. Right. Well,
And
you became quite a player, Joyce. You and was always proud of you as
mm-hmm,
far as that, and kind of amazed. In my day back then, weren't many ladies like you said playing
right,
ball, and I
mm-hmm,
was always kind of amazed at your love and enthusiasm for basketball.
right,
It shocked me because I wasn't used to it. I could
right,
never
right,
talk. I was never able to talk to a lady about basketball
right,
till much later in life. But with you
right.
was different. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for that too. And honestly, we
We
have
need a
made
chapter
contact.
of that in this. We
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
chapter for the women, and that's where I'm going. Maybe
yes.
futuristically, if they have, something there for the women who
Oh,
played, and,
absolutely.
and I'm sure now within the last 10, 30 years, there's a lot more female um, basketball enthusiasts in Marble Hill and in the Bronx.
Absolutely. Oh,
Right.
some great female players have come from the Bronx.
Because when I
And
came out of high school, there wasn't
mhm.
that WNBA. When I came out of college, it wasn't there, but it's there now.
Absolutely not. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, there are some great basketball players who have come out of the Bronx who have played in the WNBA and things like that. They do exist on our
Hmm.
Facebook page,
Okay,
and
good.
but honestly, we do need to make more of an effort. I personally have reached out as communications officer to some of them to try and help us make sure that more women are being mentioned, but we don't have that information. And
Hmm.
so we need more women to sort of be a part of us. Sandy Ortiz, I don't know if you remember her back in the day. She was a student at Bronx High School of Science, created the first women's basketball team there, played at City College, became a referee after the game because there was no WNBA at the moment,
Uh-huh.
and eventually got so good at being an official that she tried out for refereeing with the NBA,
Okay.
and eventually they refused her, but not on the grounds of performance, but on the grounds of her basically being a woman, and they
Okay.
proved that in court, and she was able to sue the NBA for $7.5 million.
Wow.
So
Okay.
she's a pioneer, an incredible pioneer, and she is in the first class of the NBA Hall of Fame because of it.
Okay. Well, got to wrap up this episode, Tom, and thanks to
Okay.
Derek for this vision and getting this started. And,
Hmm.
just in a brief few seconds,
Hmm.
well, you already told us about some
Hmm.
accomplishments, but
Hmm.
just give a recap on, Derek's visionary and
Hmm.
you and the whole group,
Hmm.
what stage and where you are now.
Right. Well, I know that Derek wants to really take this to the max. I mean, he's just been so phenomenal at the things he's done, the vision. And it's up to the rest of us and him, of course, to fulfill it. And I know that he's working incredibly. I see him sometimes on Messenger. I know he's up like 6:30 in the morning and not in bed till really late. So, and I know what he's doing.
Okay.
And he's working on this, and he's so enthusiastic and taking over. But it's just a lot of love for him and his mentors. Some great basketball players in the Patterson houses. The basketball court there they've called Patterson Square Garden. I love that.
Okay. Yes.
I just love that. And that's the playground there that they all basically honed their skills and went up against each other. His brothers, he's got two brothers who are also fantastic ball players. So three brothers that made an impact on their neighborhood basketball wise, and they are very well loved. Derek is, I'm thankful to him for having me on this. It's given me a renewed sense of love for the game and for basketball.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you. So thank you, Tom, for being on this show and this episode. And we're going to have more, of you on to keep updated with the Bronx Basketball Hall of Fame. And I just want to say to our viewers out there in Marble Hill and in the Bronx, stay Bronx strong. And even if you have an accomplishment, you can write, email me, and call me and share your accomplishments with the Bronx. Till we see you again, until you see us again, take care and stay strong. Bronx strong. Joyce. God bless you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you,
Derek. Thank you so much. All right.